Hello and welcome everybody out there in YouTube, Twitch, and D&D land. I hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Before we jump into the action, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. All of those things help us out tremendously. If you're interested in supporting our community a little bit further, consider becoming a member here in our YouTube channel. Membership starts at just $2 hairs a month, and you gain access to some really cool emotes. Lastly, if you are interested in joining any of our campaigns, we do have open slots available in all of them, including this one. So all you have to do is reach out and let me know, and we'd be more than happy to sit down, schedule a one-on-one, and try to get you in on some of the action and fun. Now, without further ado, Damson, tell us what happened last session.
Last session, we returned to the castle after successfully curing Flittish of her abolithian disease, so she no longer has to drip around wearing the cloak of the manta ray. There was an interruption during the process of some fanatics believing we were committing necromancy, that we were able to incapacitate or kill, and those that weren't incapacitated, the Lord Commander killed. Because was of the mindset of no heretics in my city, don't you dare question me ever again. Returning to the castle, we shared a meal as Adeline went off to go and write down notes from what she was able to accomplish. Flittish, unattuned from the Cloak of the Manta Ray. Sylph stalked a random servant of the castle. Mr. Amazing returned to his room, and Damson started to explore, finding a bookcase that was not been touched in a long time, covered in dust, with a lone book on it. Of the mindset of, oh, book. Picks up book, it was a hidden door. Leading to a hidden set of dungeons beneath the garden. Inside, there was the body of what appeared to have been a blue-robed mage. So, Damson took the robes, wanting to see if Mr. Amazing, given his seemingly background of living in Polvar, knew more about it. As she went towards the exit, found that she couldn't get out as it was blocked by a grindstone. So she used magic and just kind of bamfed out of there and went over to Mr. Amazing to see what he thought. And the way that he had said things made the trust in him go down, as he would seem to be holding back a lot of information and was very eager to hold on to the ropes, to which Damson's like, no, just go put it back where I found it. And bamfed away to return them and then come back, using some spell slots in the process. She then went off to Sylph to express her concerns of how Mr. Amazing doesn't seem all that he is. After the conversation, we decided to have some fun, and as Damson equipped the Cloak of the Manta Ray, and we started sliding down the east wing railing, with us taking Flittish to join us, which caused a distraction for Adeline, who came out to see, and then Mr. Amazing came out. Only then for us to be teleported into some mirror place as mages started to attack us. They got the drop on us and nearly, crippled us to begin with, but we were able to kill the law mage, one of the normal mages, and send a message of, don't fuck with us, hopefully. As we left the session, leaving out the mirror, shaken, with the body of the law mage in tow, returning to the east wing.
So, as you all are standing there, catching your breath, Flittish holding the unconscious law mage.
I think he's dead.
Yeah.
Or is he unconscious?
No, the law
no.
mage was killed outright.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I wouldn't have left a mage alive.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, no, we didn't show anyone mercy. There was only 2 escape. One tried to, but Sylph took them.
Well, they made it through the portal at least.
Yeah.
You fucking killed them, but they made it through the portal.
The family have to bury your body so they remember.
Mm-hmm. So, everyone, as you're standing there, what are you doing?
What the fuck was that?
This is not good. It seems the the tower in Polvar, the wizards, they are trying to kill us or capture. It seems like.
Insight check. Anybody proficient in it?
Yes, it seems they. Skills. Yes, they. And I will look at Damson. Yes, they know that something here was found and that their spy was found.
Are you sure that's the reason? As you heard them saying, "Take me out first." So it doesn't sound like they were going after that. It looked more like they were going after us and Ada again. Which
Well,
Ada, you
Go ahead.
really need to get your father-in-law to either get this stuff to stop, or threaten them with, well, consequences.
Well, that is exactly what I'm going to do. But let me think here.
I'm done
It
being a nice
seem-
dragonborn about it.
Right. And it seems like what they were doing was they were trying to separate us and take one of us out. I
yes,
believe-
so
Right. I believe that would be me, probably. It seems.
you and the Dragonborn. Sorry, not Dragonborn. You and Damson now. Damson found blue robes of the wizards. And in these blue robes, the threads are able to be tracked and traced. Some type of scrying, some type of knowledge. And Damson put them back. My assumption is when Damson removed the robes from whoever putrid smelling spy he got them off of.
When did you
The-
find these? Sorry.
Yes, I will let Damson speak on that. But yes, so Damson brought them to me, and it's easy for them to trace this magic spell if it's not, behind more than a foot of. If it's behind more than a foot of stone, it's hard to find. But Damson brought it out. There's a window. It's easy to scry here, and I'm assuming somehow in there that's how they knew Damson had the spy's robes.
I found them about an hour ago. But I don't. Do these threads leave a track behind of people who take them?
I don't know of their scrying, their complete scrying power or abilities, but I do know that they can sense and seek where these are. And my assumption is that yes, they can probably scry or know what's going on.
Can
How
it
do you know
be?
this information?
Wait, Ada was speaking. What?
Can it
so-
be separated? I mean, if we were to take this robe and rip it apart and spread it in several places, it would be difficult to find exactly where we are, right?
The robes were re-hidden, but in that time, I don't know about the separation of that. We could experiment with it, but we would have to experiment with it somewhere where it's hard for them to find it. And it's magic, so I don't know how easily it is to tear that thread.
Sylph, what were you saying?
How do you know this information?
They're the blue wizards from the wizard tower in Polvar. I've studied about them.
And you can guarantee that they use scrying through Fred?
It's some type of knowledge through the robes.
Mr. Amazing, it is
Yeah.
the threads in it. You're.
Yay, I actually remembered something as a player.
Well, I will go speak with my father
Good. Oh, one other thing. There is still a spy about. I did not press Damson who the spy was, but Damson did find the spy.
Right.
That's where
And
they got the
where
information.
and when did you find this? I mean,
I was exploring around. And honestly, you don't need to worry about them. They're deceased.
okay.
Mm.
Where are they?
Looking over to Sylph. In a hidden dungeon in the castle.
Here in this castle.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Like, did you kill them?
No, I found them dead.
That would explain the smell then. So it must have been old death, not fresh.
Well,
Did it have
Oh.
meat on him?
no. All the
Uh,
meat and muscle were gone, but the skin existed still.
Mm.
Can I roll a medicine check based on that just to guess at how long it's been?
Oh, yes, you may. I will say
Hey, what that way?
disadvantage because you're going off of her description.
Okay,
Instead of
so
actually
19.
looking. Oh, yeah, I forgot. Yeah, okay, never mind.
Sorry.
No, you're good. I'm just going to stop asking you to roll dice.
Hey, based on last Tuesday's game, I
Yes.
need these.
Yes,
Yeah.
you do. But 19. So if it was the meat is gone, the skin persists, their death had to have been somewhere within the last 2 years. For all of the meat to have been gone, I mean, if it's a dungeon, more than likely the only things that find their way into there are the rats and the spiders, and those will eat the flesh, but not have need for the skin. So, probably 2 years.
So this wizard must have been there a while then. 2 years or so, give or take. Depending on the conditions of the place, but... I was thinking maybe it would be... Well, we did hear that there was a representative from the mages just a short while before we arrived here in town. I was thinking maybe it was that guy, but...
No, I don't believe so. And based on the fact that they said to target me first, as in their words, I had control magic, I believe they were spying on us when you were doing your operation with Flittish. Because that's the only time I've used the hypnotic pattern I have.
which
Okay,
means there's only several people who would know, and they're standing here.
Well, there was a crowd of people. You guys did it publicly.
Right.
That entire forum where you guys were, it was in a very wide open public place.
Right, because I am thinking if this guy with the robes died 2 years ago, or at least went missing 2 years ago, it would be weird if they were doing constant scrying to try and find those robes, or maybe it sort of pops up when it. I don't know, but I don't
Yes,
think it would be related.
Well, it could be. I'm not sure of the specifics of it. It could be similar that when it disappears, they know it's not there, and then when it shows back up, they do know it's there. So I don't know if it's a constant. And I use the term scrying loosely. I don't know
Right.
if they can see or hear the things around it. Although, if it has been 2 years, depending on where Damson you found it, it could be Baroness, your father already knows. Maybe he's the one that killed the mage.
Could be. I think it's fair to say he's a prominent man here in town. He probably has a lot of secrets as well.
Yes, so
because of his position.
we may want to be careful about sharing this information until we know more about the body and the circumstances.
Well, that depends. I mean, it is fair to surmise that he is clearly not a fan of the wizards if one of the wizards was captured and left to die alone in a dungeon. So, and if, well, the wizards are attacking us now, so it's fair to say we have a chance to have some proper allies on our side for this.
Yes.
What if it
And-
was? Sorry, go ahead.
And there is also a pre-existing rivalry between the two places.
What if it was the wizards that caused those, whatever those heretics were called that tried to attack us? What if they're behind it? What if they use that to try and figure out what we can and can't do?
Sure. So they probably have some spies or at least observers here in town then.
Yes. Baroness, if you were to see this body that Damson found, would you be able to glean any information from it? Or is it too far gone?
Well, I might be able to discern the cause of death. But I mean, if he was placed in a dungeon and well, if you said the skin is still intact but the meat is gone, it might be fair to guess that he was starved to death. Or
Perhaps.
Hmm.
Left there to rot.
right. Did he have any obvious wounds, or
I didn't
is there
see any.
blood on the robe?
Was there blood on the robe from?
None that you noticed.
None that I saw.
Right.
Any inscriptions in the jail or the prison? It was actually a dungeon. I know you said basement, but it was were there bars? Were there any inscriptions? Anything that he might have hidden to leave behind? Something. Sometimes prisoners do that.
Not that I saw. It was very musty down there. I almost suffocated from lack of oxygen down there. It has been sealed that long. Very
That
stale
explains.
air.
Yes, it explains the other scent on there.
Right. Well, why don't we all go down there and have a look first before we do anything more?
Should we perhaps go in the morning or on tomorrow night? I'm assuming this is the end. Yeah, this is the end of the day. She just said that it was an hour ago. So,
Right.
Spell
Well,
slots and health and all that.
that would probably be best. It is worth noting that the entrance I found sealed behind me, and the exit I found is also sealed.
Okay. So, what sort of was it? A secret entrance then?
It was.
Okay. Well, we could probably, if it was a mechanical way of opening, it's possible to disable it, so it doesn't close all the way at least.
Fair. But you still need to... Yeah, and fine. If you really want to go down there, I won't stop you. I'll show you where, but... If you get stuck down there, it is not my fault.
Right. But yes, perhaps tomorrow might be best.
Yes, I agree. I've been wanting to go to the library. I need to do some research. Maybe tomorrow evening we go down. Or if you feel it's pressing, we could go in the morning and I could go to the library later.
Well, let me. It's probably best if we get a good night's rest and be able to think on some things. Maybe I have some bright ideas tomorrow. But
I could also ask the cards as well.
right. But I will be talking to my father as it were.
Yes, please do tell him how you were attacked by the blue mages. I would love to be there for that conversation.
I plan on doing so.
You can see Damson is very frustrated about the whole thing.
Yep.
Damson, you seem a little more agitated this evening than usual. Not as calm. Is there something troubling you?
Well, it's the whole fact that we were ambushed and then taken into a room where the first thing they did was not only attack me, but Sylph and Flittish and everyone. It is, for lack of a better term, bullshit.
And they
You
called you
really-
out as well.
Yes. You really need to find out what it is they think you did, and either get some kind of diplomatic pressure to get it resolved, or we go in there and murder everyone.
Mr. Amazing just laughs.
Yeah,
Ah.
I have a plan for the second one already in the works.
Does it involve an avalanche and or boulder?
It does not.
Because Cat thinking of that was like, yeah, whatever. Sylph,
Damson, I do agree that these wizards should be taken out, but do not think that it's going to be easy.
Oh, I know. That is why I am voicing my frustrations now before I decide to explode on someone later. And that is
You
why
know-
I'm glad that Sylph has said that they're already coming up with a plan, as the plans work 99% of the time.
I don't know about political pressure. I don't think that will work. But there are people that you could hire to take them out one at a time.
Question for Joey. The ones that attacked us, did they all wear the same colored robes, or?
they were all blue robes, but some of them had different filigree, some of them had different symbols, one of them was wearing armor. Mr. Amazing identified Law Mage and
Yeah.
the other mages.
Right. So those you called him Law Mage.
Yes.
Are they sort of not affiliated directly with one specific tower, or are they like representatives of Polvar?
They're the same tower, right, Joey? It's just you had
This
the
one
control
was. A Law Mage does not necessarily belong to the Blue Tower, but this one clearly did. They were wearing the blue robes.
This one was specifically of that tower. Not all law mages, not all mages belong to the same tower. There's many, and some don't belong to any. But this one was specifically of the blue tower.
Right, because
In
it
Polvar.
seems to me that the Blue Tower is specifically the one that we are enemies with. The other towers have not shown so much of an interest, right?
Correct. And Mr. Amazing's playing with his cards in his hand. The Jarun is affiliated with the he's the one that was after trying to find information on you, trying to find you. So the blue tower's definitely in there, and Dragonborn are not that common. So Damson, I'm sure, stands out. So whether it was because of the robes, Damson, that you found, or them knowing that you're traveling with the Baroness, they seem to want to take you out as well.
Well, perhaps if we were to go with the diplomatic pressure route, I mean, if the Wizards of the Blue Tower is at risk of triggering a war between Polvar and Yern, I doubt the other towers would find that very well, they wouldn't want it, right?
Think of the towers as like individual countries.
Right.
They may or may not
They are
care.
still right, but they are still parts of Polvar.
Joey, how many other Is it just the blue tower in Pulvar, or are there other towers in Pulvar? Wizard groups.
In Polvar, it is only the blue tower that persists there. Within Ket, this entire territory, like on the map we're inside of, it is the only current mage's tower. There used to be one in the Bramblewoods, but I mean, we all know what happened there. And the next closest one, I think, is in Dimashq.
Yes, there's only one. Let me
Oh.
minimize everything so I can see the map you're showing, because I'm not
Yeah.
watching.
Which is like really fucking far away.
Right.
Yeah.
About as far as you guys have traveled in this entire campaign away.
There's only the one tower in Pulvar, and that's the Wizard's Tower. There are in Ket. We'll just say that they're the main wizards. So
getting
But they're very
rid of the
deadly.
tower is beneficial.
Not
Oh.
this way to me.
Let me ask you this: how would you
Go
get
on.
rid of the temple here in this city of Yarn? And the
Why
clerics?
would I get rid of the temple?
I'm just asking how you would. That's all. I'm not saying you would. Just asking how you would go about it. Would it
Well,
be easy?
since pretty much yes, if you know what you're to do.
Perfect. Then what do we do?
Oh, I don't trust you quite enough to reveal my plans. I trust you enough to be by your side and fight by your side and protect you, but at this moment, not enough to share.
Well, then I will put it this way. I don't personally think diplomatic pressure is going to affect them, and it would be a folly for this group to try to take out this city of Palor. It would be a folly for this group to try to take out the whole Wizard Tower. I don't think any of you understand how truly powerful they are.
Not that powerful, since they still do not know immortality. They still don't know the natural order of magic, because they're still man and still fall for the same tricks and lures that your ancestors have fell for.
Well, I think you're getting into a more philosophical interpretation of power, but it is clear that they have some pragmatical power here on the mortal plane, if you will. But so does also the church. And they are potential, also already very close friends, based on what we have done. Potential allies, I mean.
Do you not remember your father stating that there was a crusade against them within 10 years? They're not allies. They're more neighbors who begrudgingly accept one another to be there, to not outright always murder each other.
No, I meant the church is allies for us. Our
And
allies.
Yes, and let me ask you this: why did they not just wipe out the Wizard Tower? If it's easy.
I'm not saying it was easy, but
Oh, yes. I know you're not saying. I'm just trying to suggest that the power is very strong.
well, I would assume both parties involved realized it would be more beneficial to have a peaceful relation.
Agreed. Oh, and still, if you ever decide on giving away your knowledge, I would be more than happy to hire you to take out the entire Wizard's Tower.
As I said, the plans is ready in fruition.
Okay, well, I will go speak with Lord Commander Tahir, and we will see.
Do you think that you should speak with him this evening or in the morning?
I think I should do it right away. It
Understood.
adds a sense of urgency. And I'm gonna turn and walk to find, to find the Lord Commander.
All right. The only person that may know where he is would be the butler, since he didn't tell you explicitly what he was doing.
Yeah, I'm gonna go find the butler.
All right. Inspiration to you if you can remember his name.
Jives.
Nope, it was Buttles. Bartholomew Buttles the butler.
Right.
So you go over to Buttles. You find him sitting in the main foyer area on that very nice chair that previously Sylph was sitting on a couple of hours ago. He turns and looks over at you, looks at all of your wounds, seemingly unsurprised.
Where is the Lord Commander? I need to speak with him right now.
He's currently dealing with a sect of individuals connected with the people who attacked you on the stage earlier today.
Right. Well, we have some important developments he needs to be made aware of.
Then I shall take you to him. He stands up, and for the first time since you've met this man, he is leaving the estate. As you take to walking outside, he does not go over to the horses or the carriage or anything else. He just starts walking.
By the way, I know I was supposed to be wounded. I think when I leveled up, it reset my hit
Yeah,
points.
don't worry about it. I'm not throwing another combat at you guys today.
Right. Yeah, fair enough.
I'm not. You guys did enough.
Well, depending on our actions.
I mean, because you
Right.
guys already did the reset thing, I'm just going to say they knock you out. That's
Fair.
so,
Right.
after what y'all have been through, I'm pretty sure anybody could knock you the fuck out today.
Yeah.
So,
I would be patching myself up a bit
Mhm.
walking.
as you were walking with him, he seems to be taking you through a different pathway in the streets than what you've seen taken by the Lord Priest Commander previously. He seems to be taking you through back alleys and in between buildings, keeping you pretty much out of sight. And he's always in front of you. He's never walking beside you or ever trying to move behind you. You, with your skill and insight, can tell very clearly he is walking in a defensive position before you,
Right.
despite his hands being behind his back the entire time, where you can see them. However, as you are walking, he will turn his head towards you and begin speaking. Your friends have been snooping around the building. They discovered something that was not supposed to be known to anybody who does not work for the estate.
Yes, I heard Damson went exploring a little bit.
Yes.
Would you mind, well, now that the cat is out of the box, telling me what that's all about?
So long as you can promise me you will not bring it up to the Lord Priest Commander. It is not a subject that brings out the best in him.
I see. Well, I don't know if I can make such a promise right now because it might be very relevant. But I suppose I can ask for answers to this a little bit later.
He'll nod. This is a difficult subject to bring up to him. It is not something that makes him easy to deal with.
Well, instead of telling me what happened or what the whole story there is, can you tell me at least why it is so difficult for him? Is it of a personal matter or?
He stops in the middle of the alley. Without turning to look at you, just lowering his head down a little bit. Because that is the person whom he believes killed his wife.
I see.
Though there is no proof of this.
I understand. Well, you have at least my words that I will handle it as delicately as I can.
You have my warning. His love does no boundaries for those that are not her.
I think I get what you mean.
He continues walking with you. Until you get to a side of the town where there is a marching patrol of various different paladins. No, I archived it. No. Lord City there. There's a marching patrol of paladins in this area. By the looks of it, it is Dawn Squires and Light Bearers alike. But this entire corner of the town seems to have been separated, and as you walk up to those lines, you immediately see some of these Dawn Squires look over at not you, but the butler, and they bow their heads deeply and allow you and him just to walk through. As you continue through, you start to notice that there is blood all over some of these walls. There are dead bodies in the streets that are currently being mended, tended to, or gathered up to be burned in a pyre over on one of the... By the looks of it, a good 12 people that you pass. And then you get over towards the front of where the pyre is happening, where more and more of these people, some citizens, some very high-ranking individuals, are being tossed into the pyre. And you see the Lord Priest Commander standing there, staring at the flames, his sword drawn and resting over his shoulder, as he seems to have taken quite a few wounds on his left side, and there's currently a priest checking those wounds and tending to them. As you approach, Buttles goes over to him first and whispers something to him before he lowers down his blade, cleans it off using his cloak, and then stows it away. And he turns to look at you as you see scars across his armor, his face, and some burn marks and scorch marks, and a brilliantly wide smile. Daughter, I'm so sorry you have to see me like this. What is wrong?
Is this sort of like within earshot of everyone there?
Not everyone, but at least the priest that is tending to his wounds.
Right.
The fire's pretty loud.
Yeah.
It's a bonfire suitable for burning 20 bodies.
Before I speak, I'll produce a vial of ointment for his wounds, like regular healer's kit thing.
Yeah.
Take
Well,
this.
thank you.
It will help a little bit.
Thank you.
We were attacked in your home, our home, by wizards wearing blue robes. Just a short while ago, we managed to kill one of them and escape, but they brought us into like some sort of weird arcane plane, I believe it's called. But they almost killed, well, both me and Miles, Mr. Amazing. I mean,
He looks over at Buttles. You allowed this to happen. And without moving or saying anything, he nods his head yes.
He was not there at the moment. It happened all very fast. He would not have had time to react.
You can roll me a persuasion roll.
17.
He will place a hand onto your shoulder. You are very kind. And he mutters a word. Well, he's been educating you, so you know what 100 sounds like in Baklunish. He tells Buttles 100, and Buttles nods.
100 what?
Floggings.
Oh.
It is
Yeah,
his
that-
responsibility to protect my home, keep it safe from those individuals, and to protect my daughter when she is in there. And even though you claim it is not his responsibility or job, that is why we will go easy with only 100 floggings.
But it will not be necessary.
It will. Continue.
Right. Well, the one that, or one of them that we managed to kill, and we managed to take his body also, a low mage.
Oh, that is good. Now we need somebody with the expertise of speaking with the dead.
But
This has been a very climactic situation. Do you know anything about this mage, whom they're associated with?
only that they are affiliated with the Blue Tower in Polvar.
So, the agents of the Blue Tower accosted you inside of my home.
Yes.
You can see his eyes are shifting. Like, this entire time, he's been very kind in his eyes and everything else, but you're starting to see more of that look of him like he had on the stage when he murdered the captured individual.
Yes, I did not think they would go this far. I mean,
Not be doing my due diligence if I did not ask why. Do you know why?
I don't.
They've asked about you by name 3 times since before you made it to the city. And while you've been here.
Yes, I am aware that they are looking for me, but I don't know exactly why. As you recall, I have had amnesia for a while, and I don't know why they would be interested in me specifically.
He takes his arm and like puts it around you, very very comforting nature. Ada, I have welcomed you into my home, into my family. I've treated you as if you came from my own loins, as close to me as you can be. You're not lying to me, are you? And he looks you very seriously in the eyes.
I'm going to give a sigh, and I don't think I am, but maybe there is something I am reticent about sharing. I have had some vague glimpses of memories coming back to me. A memory in which I was assisting a a wizard of some kind. I don't recall correctly what it was, but it may have been one of them with something. Perhaps it is a way for them to, I don't know, tie up a loose end or something. I can't recall exactly what it is. And this will be a deception check because I'm trying to
Yup.
actively mislead him.
Yeah, and he's good enough you have to actually roll.
Yep. Let me just double check if I have any inspirations left. Oh, I have one from Fett, so I'll use that.
All right.
Thank you, Fett. Not 20. Okay. Didn't need it.
Well, he has a very small chance. Oh, that was close. That was right next to the 20. He has a very good insight.
Yeah, I would assume.
Yeah. He nods and smiles. You understand. You come from nobility. You understand caution is necessary in these things.
Yes, of course. Especially with such a volatile subject.
And if thousands of soldiers are going to have to die to stop them, then they will.
But is there... I'm sorry, but is there like... you seem to have a very personal invested feelings in this.
I wouldn't say feelings. Interests, yes. My feelings when it comes to those mages have been gone for a long time. But we have only been sharing responsibility of Ket. I believe the time has come for those responsibilities to no longer be shared. The fact that they attacked my home is an act of war. And the fact that their motivations are unclear means they are going to have to inform me. He looks over at Buttles. Where do you begin? Buttles nods his head and begins walking back.
And I'll wait a few seconds until he's gotten out of earshot.
All right, where do you assume is out of his earshot?
Like, okay, no, he's a capable individual. I'll give him a good 20 seconds to move away before I start.
So a couple 100 feet. Okay.
Hesitate and just. This is probably not the best time. I'm sorry, but there is also another thing that happened. My friends are of a curious nature. Maybe not too unlike your one son, but it's Damson. She went looking around a little bit, just to acquaint herself in the castle, I believe, and she stumbled upon a secret door, I believe, leading down into a dungeon.
It is rude to snoop around.
It is, but
What did she see?
She found a... No, that's not what I'm doing. she found the remains of a wizard, and Buttles informed me that this is not the first time the blue wizards have attacked your family, is it?
He'll step away, patting you on the shoulder. You and your friends. You'll meet me in the judgment hall in the morning.
For what?
For you were commanded. And then he turns back to the pyre.
No. I'll get one of the other, like, paladins or light bearers. And just, could you escort me back to the castle, please?
Yes, of course. And as you're walking back, you are not interrupted by anybody or anything. You make it back to the castle, no problem. He waits until you are inside, and Buttles answers the door, and back. Entire process took an hour, everybody. What were the three of you doing in the meantime? Well, don't all speak up.
trying-
Watching
Okay.
for Damson. Sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah, we're waiting to see if Mr. Mace will speak first.
Yeah, he's making
Go ahead,
breakfast.
Go ahead, and you two get done. I'm almost done making my daughter breakfast.
Okie dokie. Can you say once more, Sylph, what you said? Because the interruptions. Sorry.
Mostly just looking after Damson as she seems agitated.
Yeah. Trying to calm down from the whole situation. This is very frustrating, and one, that it's happening, and two, that it's putting people she cares about in danger. Because it's different going into something knowing it's a danger versus you've been ambushed. I don't like this whole situation with these mages. I don't like it. It needs to end one way or another. It's very frustrating. She's definitely calmer now than she was like an hour ago, but it's still, there is annoyance on her face. And thank you so for helping calm me down.
No problem.
It's Do you ever have that feeling inside of you where there's just like a burning sensation of you could either do good or bad, and well, there's a saying of put your best foot forward. Sort of keeps getting stomped on. I feel like I need to start living up to more of those expectations of oh my gosh, angry dragonborn. It seems to be the only way to keep you and the others safe.
Oh, I don't treat other people like people. I treat them as less because they are that.
Starting to
They
wonder
do
if I should
not
start.
know power, even if they could wield it and hold it into breath. Sorry.
No. You're good. There was delay on my part. Starting to wonder if I should start treating others a similar way of not knowing that they're. Why should I try to give platitudes to try and be nice to them when all this shit keeps happening to us?
Shit.
Yeah, I mean, Ada, with whatever's going on with the wizard, the fact that we've had a several month journey to help fix Flittish for something that we did ourselves, that if we had known more and been prepared, that she wouldn't have been diseased in the first place. The fact that our eagerness got Stylax killed.
No, no,
Not
no, 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 no. He got himself killed by rushing in by himself. There's no we here. He didn't state what he was doing. He just rushed it off.
You make a point. You make a good point.
And at that point, no one would have been able to keep up with his own movement, as sad as it was. So don't blame yourself for the events of what happens to others.
Right. I just need to focus on myself and you. That's all that us to the end. And beyond that.
We do need a couple of dimensional bags.
Dimensional bags? Can I roll Arcana to see if I'd actually know what that is?
At your level, you know what. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You know
Bags
both
of-
variants.
Bags of holding or the backpack ones?
Ah, is that what they're called now? Bags of holding? Ah,
Yeah,
so
it's
diminutive. You can have pockets of holding.
really?
Yes, they're called pockets.
I
That's
think
what
the
I
other
call
one's
a pocket plane.
the other one's called like a Handy's haversack or something like that.
No, I did capture someone in like a sphere, and I did have to use Dominate Monster on it. I called it a
Oh.
pocket monster.
Ah, I like your tales of things that are no longer here. It makes my mind go into fun places.
Well, then, stop thinking of this as the life of death and treat it as just a game. Fun, enjoyment. Yeah, you might bleed, but that's the fun of it. You never know what's going to be around the corner. Sure, we could sit down, hold hands, sing the praise of the universe and the weave and see what comes to pass and fruition, but there's no fun in that. And we're still
Fair.
in the game.
Yes, we are. I wonder if that's affecting part of the things that's happening to us as well.
Oh,
Well,
always. It's a literal force. Like magic. Living, breathing.
yeah. Just waiting to see what it can do to mess with us.
It's like the trolley problem, but it's side railing. Oh, right. Sorry, you don't know. Ignore that part.
Okay. One day I'll figure out all the things you're referencing.
It's not worth it. They're long gone.
Mr. Amazing, what have you been doing over the last hour?
Give me 30 seconds, sorry.
Cave trolley problem.
Troll. Yeah. Okay.
Cave. It's the cave troll problem.
Dave Chappelle.
Yeah, they have 3 doors and you have to only choose 2 of them, but they might switch the reward.
Hmm.
Yeah. So in the last hour, I've gone to my room.
Yes.
How late in the evening is it? How late in the day? What time?
Oh,
How darkish?
by this point, it is 10 p.m. So right outside.
Okay. So I am going to go to my room. I am going to look out the window, and I'm going to find a spot 400, 450 feet away. And what I'm looking for is I'm looking for a spot just in case I'm anywhere in this palace, this castle, and I need to escape.
Survival check.
So, do. And that way, if I need to in the future, I can cast Dimension Door to there. Skills. Oh. Did I click? Why did I click? There we go. 16.
The castle walls are very tall, so you have to not just be on your room, but go to a higher floor in order to see past and over the wall, where you can make out a specific apple tree that is outside of some very high-ranking diplomat in the city garden.
Well, and I mentally mark that just in case.
You
the
will
apples hit the fan.
You, in order to get to that spot, which is past the outer wall, you will have to be at minimum 80 feet through the front door.
Okay.
It's a castle. It's 500 feet.
Yeah.
It's not that big.
That's why I was up there looking now, so
Yeah.
that I can't tomorrow. Dimension Door outside.
Shit, there's a wall. Just
Yep. So then, the other thing I'm going to do is figure out like just different cursory spots that I could, if I needed to, I could go there and then out or something, like run to there or the next thing that I do is I'm going to do my since it's late and I'm tired and it's been a day and I don't know what's going to happen now with all the talk that we had earlier with everyone. So I'm going to do my nightly rituals. I'm going to do an alarm spell. I'm going to do an alarm spell around the room so that if someone comes in, it triggers a mental alarm to let me know that someone's in there. And then I'm going to have my new faithful stationed at my door. And then I am going to go into the bed and I will cast Lehman's Tiny Hut.
Layers
I
upon
deal with
layers
wizards.
upon
Yes.
layers upon layers.
And
This
I
is your
pretty much
safe
kinda-
space.
Safe space. And this is, I'm establishing canon. This is pretty much what I do every night because wizards, dude.
Yeah, if you got the spell slots. Because
Yep.
that spell
And
is
all of these are
not...
rituals. Lehman's ritual, Alarmist ritual. The only one that is not is Mordenkainen's, and I do have a spell slot for the Mordenkainen's.
Yeah. What were you asking, Sylph?
Is it 3rd level?
Leonid's Tiny
Which
Hut?
one? 3rd, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and I can do that as a ritual. I can do the alarm as a ritual. I do need a spell slot for the hound, or for the faithful. And then, sorry, before I put up the hut, I'm going to check in with my peeps back home.
So, I will have to ask about the hound. Are you exempting anybody?
Nope, because I don't know anyone to tell it's inside. It's at the door, but it's inside the door. So like they would have to come in. So it's not gonna
does it specify emanation or radius?
Let's see. I think it's within 5 feet. Let me check.
30.
It can see within 30, but I think it only attacks within 5. Let me double check. Spells.
It's loading. Action for 8 hours, not concentration. You can cast it 300 feet. No one but you can see it, and it is intangible and invulnerable. When a small or large creature comes within 30 feet of it without speaking the password that you specify when you cast the spell, the hound starts barking loudly. It
I
has
was going to ask you
true
about that. Move it to
sight with a range
30
of
feet.
30 feet. And at the start of each
start
of
of
your
each-
turns, it attempts, but it only bites someone. So it'll bark loudly if anybody gets within 30 feet. It does not specify emanation, so that goes through walls and doors.
Okay, then I will. And that barking loudly, I was going to ask you about that. Is that's I'm assuming that everyone can hear the bark, or
Yeah.
is it just me that? Okay,
You're the only person who can see it, but everyone will hear the.
Everyone can hear the bark.
Fireball in
How
that
big is the
corner.
room?
Would you say, Sylph? Mr. Amazing? Sorry, I heard the fireball.
How big is the room that I'm in? How big is this bedroom?
Oh, more
it
than
like
30
20 by
feet.
20?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll actually. You know what? I'm going to have the hound next to the bed where on the side where I sleep, so that if someone were to bypass everything, it'll
Then it'll
bite them.
start biting.
Yeah.
Okay. So if anyone enters into the room, they will be within its radius.
Yep. If they enter the room, I'll get the alarm. I'll get the barking, and then they'll have to try to get through the hut.
All right. So before hut, you said you're going to hit up your peeps.
Yeah. So I'm gonna hit up my Pete's. I just send a message, just general check-in.
Whisper it
That's
to me and roll 20. I don't keep Discord open.
Yep. I'll do that. I'll do that right now, and that's what I am doing, and then I go to sleep unless someone comes to me.
Well then, Ada, you make your way back here.
Yeah. And yeah, before going to bed, I'll ask the servants to just. I'm not sure if anyone. Who do we still have is someone carrying the dead body still, or? Well, I'll ask the servants at least to just place it into a safe storage place.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, if nobody in the party was handling the body, then yeah, they will do that.
Flittish was.
Flittish? Okay. Then Flittish has it. And it's safe
Okay.
with Flittish. It's
Yeah.
But anyways. Anything after that, or going to sleep, or warning your allies?
Yeah, I'll go find the others before going to bed.
Okay. Sylph and Damson, you hear knocking at your door.
The door
Gonna go-
opens up. Mage call.
All right.
As
So-
Damson's like opening up, so they look like they're about to open it up.
Right. I'll look at you rather seriously. Well, the good news is that the church is very much willing to assist us with taking care of the enemies, or the wizards, I mean. The bad news is that I have a feeling my father-in-law might be getting a bit overly zealous.
What makes you think he's getting and isn't already?
Well, I mean, he already was, of course, but I think this might be the a drop that kills the camel's back, or what it's called. Some kind of thing like that. Yeah, yes. Well, he very much wants to go to war with the wizards, at least it seems. And we are to be commended tomorrow, all of us, apparently. I did... well, I think I managed to... what's it called? Assuage his anger. But, Damson, yeah, fair warning. I did say that you did not go snooping directly. Just curiously wandering around and found a secret door.
I'm just gonna narrow my eyes at Ada.
The reason I did so is, I asked the butler on the way back, on the way there, why, and what that was about, and he told me that the wizard down there is the one whom the Lord Commander is, or at least assuming responsible for killing his wife. So he has a very personal relation to that whole thing. But I did tell him that you were simply curious. You did not go looking for any secrets or specifically.
Why would you mention it in the first place?
Because
no, seriously, why would you mention it in the first place?
Because it
Trying to get you killed, like always.
Honestly,
no, I'm not trying to get you killed. It's not. I mean, I did assuage his fear, but it was only part of to sort of get him to realize that the blue wizards are a problem. Even more so. Sort of give him a final push towards that. I want him to focus on that. You are an ally. You're a friend. You helped save my life, which he very much appreciates. And he said we were going to be commended, all of us.
commended or commanded? Because I know it's very hard for you to understand that with your accent.
I'm pretty sure he said commended.
Do you need to ask the DM, or you're good?
I kind of don't want to know right now as a player.
Okay,
Like,
okay.
So where do we have to go for this?
Well, he said to the Hall of Judgment tomorrow. But that is only a ceremonial place, sort of. It doesn't have to always only be used for judgment, you know.
I mean, that is what they used it for. We asked them. We were
Yeah.
there.
We were there.
Sure, fair enough, I suppose.
Ada. For as smart as you are, you can be fucking stupid sometimes. You don't just go telling someone that as you were exploring around, you found the body of the person that you believe killed their wife. If they put it there, you don't go doing that.
We told him, and he knows, and so that is something that he will think is within his control to control. And so long as we continue as we do as allies to him, and that we will how to say, promote our assistance or our aid in this conflict. I think that will be more beneficial to him than any sort of punishment he might want to mete out for it.
Okay,
Maybe.
we should all be there when you tell Mr. Amazing, because I want to see his face.
Yeah, because I don't know if this would count considering his home is his temple, and I don't know how he's going to view on this. It's either going to be, based on what we're told, flogging, penitence, or exile, possibly.
Well, he is,
and if that happens,
he's more concerned about the fact that the blue wizards attacked us in his home. That is more of an intrusion.
So
you as a guest simply accidentally stumbling upon a secret door. Because that is what I told him that you did.
So
it's
then by that,
okay. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry, go
No,
on,
no, go on.
Damson. No, Damson,
no,
you were
go.
speaking. You speak.
because the way I'm thinking of it, considering how passionate he was about his wife and his family, and the things that have been kind of seen, how this house seems more like an empty nest than a lively home. It would be the same thing as if I went to go and found Stylox's body and turned him into my own personal zombie. In that
No,
level of desecration.
that is
Especially when you're looking for someone.
No, I think you're looking at this the wrong way. The reason I brought it up was to sort of latch onto the pre-existing anger with the wizards he already has, of course, due to that fact. And now they also attacked me, his daughter, in his home. And it is simply your accidental, lucky accident, sort of, is only a reminder of things that he already has reason to.
I'm looking at it this way. You basically just tied his anger to me for finding something that should have been hidden. So not only are the blue mages the target of his anger, I'm going to be the target of his anger.
Not if you are going to assist with killing the blue mages or something like that. And I will take every step to make sure that you are seen as such. That you are an ally, you are a friend of mine, and you are someone who also has personal reason to deal with these blue mages. To take care of them. They attacked you as well, not just me. And you are a guest of the Lord Commander as well. He will see that as another offense to his hospitality. Or his responsibility.
I still have to disagree with you there, that it's going to turn out very poorly. And if for some reason I either lose a limb or die from this, I'm going to haunt your ass. And then Sylph is probably going to kill your ass.
Fair enough. But I wouldn't worry too much about that. Perhaps a little bit, but it's not so. It's not compared to like the bigger problem at hand. Well, not problem, but bigger issue at hand. It is something manageable, I think. Also, you can say that the butler did not do a good job enough with keeping the secret door secret. Or something.
Is this just what nobility does, is shift blame on other people?
No, that's what humans do. You don't see the elves shifting blame. They point the blame. You see the dwarves? They are the blame.
They dig up the blame.
Oh no, that's actually way better, Sky Voice. Way better. They do dig up the problem.
So
what's down here? Sorry, go on.
So, little bit of insight for you. What you do is you take the blame, you make it serve your purposes, and then point it in the right direction.
Okay. Is that what you want me to do? I am your knight, officially.
And you are serving very honorably as such.
No, you don't have to ask, Kiss. I know what you're really like. I seen what you look like when you wake up. Hair across your face, drool. You don't need to be.
I don't drool. That is not true.
You totally drool.
Aid a deception check. This is for yourself.
I mean,
you believe it.
Wake up with...
I don't drool. I am a noble lady.
Yeah, everyone
you
knows.
definitely wake up with a breath weapon.
I will forgive this insult because of my little accident with telling. Well, it's not an accident, but it's a calculated risk.
But no
But
one
damn,
ever
you're bad
said
at
she's
math.
good at math. Out of character, Ilver, and I confirmed with Asa. I did say command. He gently
Okay.
said because I command you to.
Yeah.
I heard.
Yeah.
That's why I had the clarification of where's the location.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, that's his. But anywho,
Let's go to Mr. Amazing. I wish to know him a bit better, since he's a part of us, you know?
something I have to do while you guys are having this conversation. Mr. Amazing, roll me a perception check.
Absolutely.
Why don't you guys talk with him? I will go to my
15.
room and make some preparations.
Okay.
Nope, dragging Ada with us.
Right, okay.
You did
So-
it. You take responsibility.
So while this conversation was happening, so you guys aren't approaching on this, Mr. Amazing, after you send your next sending and you're trying to concentrate on your spell, you hear from the room right next to yours very loud whipping.
Do I know what the room next to me is? Do I know if it's like just
That
have
is
I ever been in
Buttles,
there? Or...
Buttles' room.
Am I hearing anything like "don't stop" or "help"?
No, no words at all. You just, it is clearly the sound of flogging.
Take a deep breath, exhale, and just continue doing what I was doing.
It stops after about 2 minutes.
Oh.
100.
2 minutes. Oh,
Oh,
No. Ow. But anyways,
Very now.
after all of that, when you're finally starting to get your circle put up, you hear whoa, 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 right in front of your door as someone was about to knock, and all three of you hear a loud-ass dog barking at you.
Quiet, quiet, quiet. And I will get up and go to the door. Who is it?
is the mailman. Clearly, it's why the dog is barking. They could sense me.
Why would you say mailman? That is already so redundant.
Because I'm currently a mayor in this form.
Yeah.
You open the
I'm
door.
assuming I recognize both of those voices. I will. Could each of you please say cinnamon?
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 Oh, you. I cannot.
Is it just the two of you?
Uh,
It does?
no,
Yes.
yeah, it's Sylph, Adaline, and Damson.
If you wish to come in, please say cinnamon. Baroness, I already heard you, and I will open the door.
I'm
What?
Baroness, please come in.
incapable of saying that word in that pronunciation with my tongue.
Cinnamon?
Ah,
That's the
Hands
I
down.
password
pat
for
Sylph
that.
on the.
Yeah.
I pat Sylph on the head. You're okay. It's okay.
And
they say the-
me.
And I will let them in, assuming the password works.
It does for the two that said it, but if Sylph is saying they can't say it, they can't say it. And
You know,
There-
this reminds me of there were, back in, I think, yeah, back home in Realmord. There was a baker who made these cinnamon rolls. He called them cinnamon nom nom. They were very good.
Oh, sounds tasty. Very well, and I will begrudgingly cancel my spell.
You know you can move it, right?
Oh well, yeah. I thought it was near the bed, but
yeah, you can move it up to 30 feet, so it'll
Okay,
move it.
I'll move it to
completely.
the far. I'll move it to the far end of the room where it's
Yeah.
not. Yeah.
Thank you. They come on inside.
And to clarify, nobody sees anything. Like, you see his room, but you don't see a dog that was barking.
Do I smell it?
No. The spell doesn't create anything visible to anybody other than him. Unless, of course, you have true sight.
Was you barking? Was that you barking?
It's an alarm system. It's to let me know if people are near. That's why I wanted you to use the word. Today's word is cinnamon. It'll let you bypass, so it doesn't bark.
No, I deeply apologize. This form, I literally cannot say that pronunciation. There are quite a few words I cannot pronunciate. Very bugger for some of my spells.
Understood. I'll choose a different word in the future. How can I help the three of you?
Well, Adeline here, has some very fortunate news for us.
Oh, good.
Yes.
Baroness?
Well, the Lord Priest Commander is very willing to assist us with our issue with the wizards.
And how does he plan on doing that, did he say?
Well, he didn't say specifically how he was going to deal with it, but the word soldiers and giving their lives were thrown about.
Ooh. That's not good. That means war between the two cities. Hundreds will perish of innocents on both sides.
Thousands casualties.
Yes, probably thousands. The Polvar has just over 9,000 in the population, and Jörn has many too. There'll be many caught in the crossfires between these two great powers.
Right. And there are, I would assume, a lot of people who agree with that sentiment, which should give a fair grounds to reach some sort of, well, if you want to pursue a diplomatic solution, it will be easier with the threat of looming war.
If he already mentioned soldiers, my assumption is that he already plans on sending them. Could be wrong.
I'm with Mr. Amazing here. From what you've told us, that man, as extraordinary as he is very determined. It's why he's in that position. So once his mind is set on something, and if it was me in the case of Damson, I would strike back no matter what, no matter who it is.
Right.
So 2 armies, soldiers, paladins, clerics on one side, and strong wizards on the other. And I believe his followers will definitely listen to him. I heard... Hold on while the player tries to remember the name. What was the
Buttles.
name? So cute.
Puddles.
I heard Buttles doing some self-flagellation earlier, whipping himself. I'm assuming it's some sort of religious rite.
Yes. Probably.
You know, Baroness,
Yes?
you and I are not too different from each other. I myself, and I'll go over to a table that's there, and I start pulling out a little 1 foot by 1 foot contraption. I start putting it up. In the beginning, I did not know magic either. And you see he's setting up like a little miniature 1 foot guillotine that he's kind of putting up. And on one side there's a little guillotine, and there's a cloth basket on the other side. And he reaches over on the table and pulls up an apple. While he's talking, he puts it inside the guillotine. I had no magic. All I had was the mundane things around me to help people believe things. And I pull the lever, and the guillotine comes down and slices the apple in half. You see from the outside of the bag, you see the apple appear to go in there. But sometime later, I realized that if I could add a little something to it, it would make this even stronger. Can I get one of you to volunteer?
Yeah, sure.
Perfect. Sylph, come over. And I'll have Sylph on the other side. Put Sylph's paw on the guillotine. And then you guys are watching, so you see the guillotine and then like this basket in front of it. A lot of times, magic is not needed or required. And I will pull the guillotine, and it comes down, and it looks like Sylph's paw is cut off, and you see the basket kind of plump. Sylph, your hand just goes straight down. Nothing happens. Like a stage magician's trick. So it's still attached. Nothing happens. Like a false thing. Now, what I did realize is, as I said, with adding the magic, we can sometimes have a different result. And I'll reach into the bag, and I pull out a full apple. That was the one that looked like it had been put in half. Put it on the guillotine again. Now watch this. And I pull it, and the guillotine comes down. It looks like it slices the apple. You see it hit the bag kind of move as it goes in there. I reach in, pull out half of an apple. With magic, with other things, we can make the real seem different. And I close my hand, and the apple's gone. I reach in and pull out the whole apple. Sometimes you will find that you can make yourself stronger using both. What you did earlier was amazing with your natural talents, but I don't know if I would always share exactly what you're doing with others. It might give them more of an advantage. Baroness, do you know what one of the most powerful things in the world is?
That depends on what you want to achieve.
No. Probably the most powerful thing in the world is misdirection. Making people think one thing when actually another thing is going on.
I'm sure I have no idea what you're talking about.
So, if he is indeed planning on attacking or warring, there's a chance we could use this to our advantage. And like you said, maybe it is a misdirection that he's using. Maybe he is using it for diplomatic reasons. But
yes, go
maybe
ahead.
he's not. Maybe he's not. If he's not using it as misdirection, we should probably all leave Ket.
I think it's fair to say that he is a very straightforward individual. But my question is, well, how loyal would you say the wizards are to each other?
Very.
If they are, don't expect
upon
so.
death, I'm certain. I'm sure they take oaths.
I don't know, but well, if these if there are rival factions of mages who consider one faction to be putting them all at risk, perhaps those factions would be willing to stab the other in the back, as it were.
The problem is, the other factions you're speaking with are in other countries far away. They care not. There is a reason I did not join the tower.
Right.
Most wizards do.
But you said there were these because I recall when we were in Polvar, there were also the ones with red robes, right?
There are some red robe wizards.
So even
There
if
are
they
wizards
are
with other robes.
right, so they are still of the same tower, just different directions, sort of.
Above the table, are they still part of the circle of the? Mhm.
Yes.
Yes,
The
they
ones
are
in
still part.
Polvar were, yes.
Yeah, yeah.
It's referred to as
The-
the robes, but it's more the filigree of the robes. Discern what they do.
Because
Yeah.
I am thinking that, well, it would seem to me that all the wizards that we have had problems with are the ones with blue robes. And if the wizards there in Polvar were to be given sort of an ultimatum, for example, that the blue wizards are to be handed over or something, then perhaps all the other wizards will think that it's not worth risking all of us because the blue wizards did something stupid.
The issue with that is you're speaking of probably, just a guess, 95% are blue tower wizards. There's just a handful of wizards that aren't part of the tower.
Right, but wizards are also known to be somewhat ambitious, are they not? I'm sure some of the others, not of the Blue Order, will want to take advantage of such an opportunity if it were given.
It's an issue of numbers.
I see.
I myself, so far, have avoided joining the Blue Tower because I did not want to commit to. But they also know that I have not joined them. I'm what's known as a. This does not leave the room, or you will have nightmares that you cannot believe.
They pull up a paw to like pause for you.
I'm what's known as a disjoiner.
Oh, wait, I think
Oh, sorry.
Sylph
Oh, like
held
a
up a paw. Yeah.
Yeah.
like a question. Got it. Go ahead.
We should check before you say anything for anyone scrying on us.
It's a good idea. You should do that.
Well, I thought this place was warded against such things.
But we were also attacked.
And they
Fair
came
enough.
straight through and in through teleportation and took us from within.
Yes, that is true.
Only because, you know, you never know who might have a crystal ball.
Fair.
That was a callback. Nice.
Very good.
Yeah. One that Mr. Amazing doesn't know about.
Yeah. I'm going to go and do that. You guys keep checking, okay? But do not spill any valuable information just in case.
Right.
So, how are you going to check to see if there's anything scrying on you?
Do we have our abilities or do we get it for the next time we sleep?
You have your abilities and gain stuff right now. Yeah.
Okay, then I wish to initiate the ritual cast of Contract of a Plane.
Ooh, roll that in chat for me, please.
Okie dokie.
And it changed for 2024.
Yes, it did. That is the 2024. You did confirm it?
Correct, yes.
What entity are you contacting? Is this cousin it?
Yes, I am contacting my patron that's bounded to myself.
Okay. Intelligence saving throw, please.
No, I automatically get it because of my feature.
Because of your pact. Yeah. I was yeah. This will
Yeah,
save
yeah.
you
Oh,
and
that's right.
Estes.
I was thinking it was clerics that didn't
Yeah.
have to do that.
I would have been more prepared if people messaged me before our session started.
I apologize.
You're good. I'm just talking shit. Asa did the same
let-
shit.
You don't have to reply to my sending, by the way. You don't have to reply to what I sent.
Yeah. That's your patron feature. Okay. 5 questions. You must ask your questions before the spell ends. I answer each question with 1 word. I may offer a short phrase if 1 word is not sufficient. So, what are your 5 questions, Sylph?
How are you doing, bitch?
Chillin'.
Is anyone scrying on us at this current location other than you?
No. Or sorry. No is misleading. Not currently.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Should we initiate this holy war?
YOLO. I have. It's fucking Sylph what they've been doing with their like just.
Yeah, no.
Fae,
it's
they're
fair.
weird. Fae are just millennials.
Would you like to join in on it?
Nah.
No, that's fair. You like to watch instead of do. Do. Looking to the other people. Do you got a question? I've got one left.
Nope. And then they hang up.
Love it.
Yeah.
That was the question.
Yeah.
Sylph did that completely on purpose.
Yeah.
Love that part of the Dungeons and Dragons movie. When
Oh,
they
Oh,
yeah,
that
yeah,
was the
that's the-
funniest one.
Yeah.
Okay. It just lays down.
Why did you phrase it like a question? I didn't.
That movie should have gotten such a higher rating. That was
Uh-huh,
so
yeah.
fucking good.
Yeah.
Apparently, they're making another one.
Good.
Nice.
All right, so if you have confirmed, not currently.
Yes, so we aren't being currently scryed upon. And it seems that we should initiate this holy war, indeed, for the benefit of us and our own protection. Of
Don't know if
course,
I agree with that.
I would like to get as many civilians away beforehand. I don't want them to come to harm. But the soldiers, that's their own choice.
Well, Urn has 26,000 people. Polvar has 9,000. There's going to be fireballs and nature storms, all sorts of things. I don't know how.
Sunbeams.
Yes, sunbeams. I have no idea how. I don't know. I just don't sense safety.
Well,
Now, the knowledge that could be learned
oh,
if the tower were to
yes.
fall would be best.
No, instantly. I would rather that knowledge still be passed on because that is a collection, right? but they're holding it to themselves and not giving it away, while the others around them are living in far worse. That's not nice. I'm not a religious person, uh, but I can see that they're treating their civilians far better than the other.
Who, when you say they are?
The religious fanatics of the
Yearn.
sun god. Yeah.
Yearn. Yeah, it's Yearn versus Polvar.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Well, it's the people of Polvar seem to be very much under the thumb of the mages, and these might very well be seen as a sort of like a war of liberation from the oppressive fist of the wizards.
The wizards, the Blue Tower, they're not just ordinary wizards. They do experiments, and their knowledge is vast. I did not find. If you're not a wizard, they're not oppressive in Polvar.
What are you meaning?
I mean, I don't think starting a revolution or starting an uprising is going to be easy. And if you start speaking of it, the wizards will know that will take you out.
Well, sure, yes, but I mean, for everyone outside, it could be seen as because the news of this conflict will spread to the rest of Ket before long, and it seems to me that the church is more represented throughout Ket than the wizards are.
Wizards are, in my opinion, vastly more powerful, and I don't think common folk of this country would want to tackle either wizards nor paladins and clerics.
Right, well, so far throughout our travels in Ket, it seems that most people are very skeptical of wizards, whereas the church
Scared.
is scared, and perhaps rightfully so. But the church is seen a different way. It will be easier for the church to have the support of the general populace.
Yes, but that's just sending these people to the slaughter. I mean, you've seen Damson with their small fireball power and the destruction it can cause. These wizards
oh,
are
that wasn't
vastly superior.
destruction. That was little. That wasn't big.
That's my
Mhm.
point. These wizards have far bigger things.
Oh, don't worry, I've learned a few new things as well.
Oh, the folly. Oh my gosh. I thought I was.
No. It's less of a folly of we get what you're saying. They're greatly more powerful, but aren't ye humans the one that goes against all odds in the first place? No matter how powerful something is.
No. The average human is scared. They listen to what will keep them alive. They want to stay alive. That's why they remain homeless rather than tackling others, or that's why they have small farms away from society, or yes.
What about the Grand Wizards then?
They're different.
How are they different? They're human, are they not? But
They
what
have
makes them
power.
different? How did they get that power?
Study.
No. If you just studied and just read books, then every librarian has magical powers. It's not just studying. Be real with me.
When I say study, I don't mean read. Study.
Oh, okay. I
Practice.
apologize. Okay. You are correct then. I apologize. Still, there might be a war looming, so I'm going to make this offer to you guys. I will offer it to Fladish when she awakes. Would you be willing to hand me your names? By doing so, it will grant you an extra boon of life. You can say no if you do not trust me. And the only measure or means I would ever use such a name is to bring you back from death. Because I care for you guys. I know I share it in a weird way and might be apathetic at times, but I do generally care for all of you, including you, Mr. Amazing. I'm slowly liking you.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Damson
I-
immediately trusts self with it.
I will think about it. I'm not sure right now.
I will give you my name, but no one in this room was ever to say my name. You can call me Mr. Amazing. But unless we're alone, one-on-one, my name is not to be spoken, or nightmares will be unleashed beyond your imagination.
That's fair. You have my word as Sylph. That
And
I
that
will
goes
not
for everyone.
repeat your name.
Sorry, Self, didn't mean to jump over you.
Oh, it's fine.
And that goes for everyone in here. Do not use my name. Call me Mr. Amazing. Unless we are alone, one-on-one. Not in a group of 4, not in a group of 3. Just 2 of us.
Okay.
And I will take out a piece of paper, pen, and I write down Miles Long Peter. Show it to Sylph. Fold it, tear it up, light it by the candle. You may recall the name I gave earlier to the Lord Priest Commander. If you don't, it's better, but I was in a mild state of awe with someone so powerful. I was not expecting to be momentarily weakened and stumbling and giving my name out. It won't happen again.
Well, I assume we have a long day ahead of us tomorrow, so we should probably get some proper rest.
Yes, we should. I'd love to go to the library in the morning, so that's where I'll be heading.
All right.
Oh, I don't think that's happening.
Oh, yes. What was the second part of your news, Aidenling?
Yes, we have been summoned to the Hall of Judgment to be commended. Maybe commanded.
Sylph looks at Mr. Amazing's face and just give him a small nod as if confirming his thoughts from the get-go.
Yeah,
Why
this
don't
does
you?
not sound good.
Yeah, yeah. Why don't you tell Mr. Amazing what you did before that we were told that?
Oh,
Well,
there's more?
I'm sure you might be able to reason your way to it, but well, it would seem that the butler was aware of Damson finding the secret dungeon.
Mm-hmm.
Also aware of what was in the secret dungeon. So when I asked, he said, this is a private enemy of our fair host. One he believes was the reason for killing his wife, or responsible for killing his wife. Those 5 years ago, I think it was. And I may have revealed to the Lord Commander that this was revealed to us by accidental snooping. Not snooping, I mean accidental discovery.
So he knows of this discovery and now wants to see us in the same place where he made you all speak the truth before.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't
Ooh.
think our nifty trick is going to work a second time, sadly.
I'm going to hold off on telling you about the wizards and other things tonight. I think I've said enough.
Yes, it's why I hold my paw up. You're welcome.
I appreciate that.
I'm thinking way, way ahead, Mr. Amazing. It's what we do. We have nothing but, well, time isn't on our side, but time doesn't issue us. So, having it go like this. So, get your beauty sleep.
Yes, I don't think this bodes well, but I'll check with the cards in the morning. Actually, before then, before you leave, give me 10 minutes, 11 minutes before you leave.
Yes, that's fine with me.
And I will pull out my book and start ritually casting. And you guys can talk while I figure out the exact wording. I will start ritually casting, it's called Divine.
Oh, yeah,
I'll pull it up.
this. There you go.
Divination, I think is just what it's called.
I was going to say that what you do is ask the question on if we should actually be here tomorrow. Or if it's wise to just leave now.
That's my exact thought as well.
Preparing to just leg it? Oh, that does sound fun.
Right? Not the first time we've done it.
So, while you are putting together what spell you're going to be casting, I think we're going to take our break now. We'll be right back.
Okay.
We'll go.
Okay.
All right.
We're back, everyone. They're just debating on the question they're going to ask still. 40 minutes later. Y'all are so good at getting shit done, you know? Like, just...
I thought I was very, very effective this session.
Oh, you pushed a lot. That was good.
Yeah, you got a lot of things done. Yeah. Holy shit, why is my mic peaking so bad?
Peak microphone.
So that's the question, party. Let me know if I should adjust it or edit it.
All right, is this any better?
Yeah.
Can somebody listen to the stream and tell me, like, if this sounds okay or not? Little low, little light, anything like that?
Once we game.
Speak.
Hello, 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 hello. Is this good? Can you hear me fine?
Yeah, fine.
Yeah.
All right, on
There you go.
stream, right? Not just here?
Yeah.
My settings are annoying. I can raise it up a little bit. Actually, a little bit more than that. Yeah, that's good. That's good.
I would modify that question to the death or disfigurement.
You know what? That's a good call because in certain games, I have been getting kind of dismembery when it comes to punishing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
Yeah,
Because
the rogue almost lost a digit. Just one, though.
Yeah. They do have, steal and you lose your hand.
Yeah.
And you
This
lose
wasn't
your
even
tongue.
a steal.
Yes.
I stole nothing. I reclaimed my heritage.
I have a question.
I hopefully have an answer.
If I lose an arm and I use alter image, can I get an arm back? Because it's limbs that I did have, and it just says I can't grow limbs that I've never had, like category group wise, right?
Oh, for alter self, yeah. It's a good question.
I would understand if, like, during the spell, if the arm's cut off, that arm piece just like poofs disappear because it's magical.
All of Judgment tomorrow result in the death of any of the amazing 4 party members.
I'd add this.
I modified it.
Did you?
Yeah.
I haven't hit enter yet on that. I got distracted by the alter self question.
I'm not.
Okay, party, let me know.
Yeah, I think that's good.
I almost typed in dismemberment, and then I realized you could be disfigured and not really lose them.
Yes,
Yeah.
You
that's
just lose your
way
figure.
better. Yeah,
Yeah,
I like
you
that.
gain like 30 pounds. You just lose your figure.
Yeah. You just have to eat a lot. That's your punishment.
Yeah. Actually, that can be a fucked up punishment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Forcibly gorging. That's if you've seen Attack on Titan, that's
Matilda,
Matilda. Yeah.
the cake scene, man.
Yeah.
I got that cake when I was young. That destroyed me. I could only get one piece.
That cake looks so delicious.
All right. Yep, I'm ready. So I
All
pull out my cards in front of me. I'm thinking about the question, and I start dealing out the cards so I can see. And then I take out my book, and I draw the picture of the cards that came out in front of me, and I wait for the answer of the divination in the book through pictures or sound or whatever it comes to. I know. Sorry, Joey.
I'm trying to correlate it to pictures of tarot cards, but I'll be honest with you, I don't give a fuck.
Oh no,
about
it
that
doesn't have to
shit.
be pictures of the cards. It's just so I'm just doing that for like things, but it should be like an actual like
You'll get
animated
a
movie,
yes.
like before we saw you did like some type of animation
So.
or something.
What you see is the sight of that gorgeous, beautiful hall. The 4 of you, 5 of you, standing down in the center chamber. Inside of the same chamber is the Lord Priest Commander. The two
I would have put that
judges.
as. Sorry, I would have put that as amazing 5. I said 4, but there's 5 of us up
I
here in
know.
Muckledish.
The two commanders outside seem to be patrolling. Not commanders, the two judges are patrolling, asking questions, prying at information. You see the scene intensifies with the Lord Priest Commander raising his arms into the air in anger and frustration, but the judges take the opportunity. I don't know what that means. The judges take the opportunity to remove his weapons from him. After he continues having his bout of anger, you see the Lord Priest Commander in a groveling position, sobbing. And then you see what appears to be this old plains outside the city that looks like a battlefield that's been scarred for quite a while. And that's it.
Yes. Seems he will get very angry tomorrow. Very, very angry. But his guards will take his weapons from him, assuming to not cause us harm or something. I don't. It's a little vague. And then he breaks down and sobs. And then I see a plain or a field, large battle has taken place and it's been scarred. So, does not look like one of you 4 will be killed tomorrow. Unless something were to happen to change that, which can always happen.
Well, that's good.
Sure what to make of it.
Well, maybe I was very tempted for us to, at least for me, to leave tonight. But I think we might be okay if we go tomorrow. I would still love to go to the library. There's stuff I want to learn, but I don't know if he will reject us, ban us, bar us from going to the library, strip us of being able to do anything here. I do dread the war that comes. I don't know if I want to be part of it.
I don't know.
Well, the wizards brought this upon themselves.
No.
No?
No,
What do you
there was no risk of war until this evening.
They knew full well when Ada was there asking for her herbalism test of what her last name was. They knew that she was related to the Lord Priest Commander. And they knew what they were doing when they tried to kidnap her in his palace. They did this to themselves. So, they reap the consequences.
They did it because of things that we set in motion. The robe, I'm assuming still, I know that has to be a big part of it.
I don't think so. I think that's more coincidence.
Yes, I would assume as much as well.
And he was not threatening a war until he was told, and now thousands of innocents can die.
Told that his daughter-in-law was attacked in his home by the wizards. So, like I said, they did this to themselves.
The innocents didn't ask for this.
Which is why we'll give them a fair warning for them to get out of there.
So
There's
are you going
plenty
to
of others.
warn the whole city? You can't control a city. What are you going to do to warn them? How are you going to do this? Walk in there?
Well, hang on now. It's
Send a letter?
the
Got a message.
Lord Commander is not looking to destroy Polvar. He wants to take care of the Blue Wizards. The wizards. They are the target, the enemy.
Yes, and they will try to destroy this city, killing innocents, and then there will be retaliation.
Whom
Well,
here has a
if-
wisdom higher than 14?
Not me.
14 or higher than 14?
14 or higher.
I do.
I do.
Okay. The two of you would know that war, you cannot control it, you cannot shape it. When war is declared, innocents die. In the hundreds, if not the thousand. By declaring a war, you are saying this situation is more important than the lives of those people. That is the situation that you are dealing with. Those that are not wise enough to understand that, I mean, yeah, sure, you can control circumstance because you don't know what war is.
In any case, unless the wizards are intent on keeping the civilians inside Polvar, then they will have the opportunity to leave.
People don't necessarily flee. Again, how are you going to let the population know? How are you going to let that spread in time?
Well, I
It
mean,
won't.
it won't be
If
spread
you-
preemptively, of course.
No, it would, because you want the first attack. They are wizards, they too would want the first attack. You have to think of this. If this does actually go to war, then this entire region will become very dangerous and plightful for everyone who is either on their side or another side. No matter who or what you are, because public of the court beats public of the law every single day. Because there's more than one people of the public than there is people of the law.
The land will be scorched.
Yeah.
Farms will be ruined.
Mm-hmm.
Lives tossed away. Again, I must be careful what I speak of this night before tomorrow.
Well, I'm going to go and meditate for a bit. All of you should go and get some rest for the incoming tomorrow.
I also recommend packing your bags and being ready to flee in case.
Yes.
You unpacked your bags?
I
Yes,
did, and I
we-
start folding up my little guillotine thing that I use for my magic tricks.
We've been here a week, Damson. Of course, I unpacked my bags.
I, as a
Don't you
real
know how
person,
many
have lived
dresses
out of
she
a bag
needs
for a
every
week.
day?
All right, what were you saying, Sylph?
She needs so many different change of attire depending on her mood and setting, Damson. She's human.
I just get away with my one outfit. I just clean it regularly. Because I don't sweat.
Right. Well, that seems not very lavish at all.
Do you pant?
She does.
You need to tell them
She
that.
said she didn't sweat, so I was just trying to figure out how the heat.
Don't you know that's why I
But
do
just
fireball?
be careful. Yeah. Her breath can sometimes be potent. Patting her snout.
Meh.
Well, we'll see what the judgment brings in the morning, and after that, maybe decide what to do. If we're still able to go to the library, I would like to go to the library if anyone wants to join me.
Mhm.
If not,
Indeed.
we might be fleeing from the city.
You going to the library tonight? Keep in mind, at this point,
It would be in
you're
the morning.
hitting
It would
the
be in the
wee
morning.
hours. Okay.
No, yeah, yeah. If we go and we're still alive and not disfigured and
Then you'll go.
allowed to go to the library tomorrow, because for all I know, he could ban us. He could like take away our privileges for who knows what.
So, morning time. Everybody hit your long rest button.
Yeah.
Yeah, get those spell slots back and re-prepare any spells you guys want to be prepared with, just in case. I mean, to be fair, it's like one paladin. How hard can they be to fight?
One paladin? He is one paladin. But he has.
So, everyone, you're all awoken to knocking on your chambers and doors simultaneously.
Hello.
Yep, there I go. Open the door. Hello.
You are looking up at what appears to be a solar Justicar standing there. Your presence has been commanded. Follow me.
It was commanded.
Give me a moment to get properly dressed. It will only take 50 minutes.
An hour.
He will nod, but he will wait outside the door. Each of you have your own Justicar escort.
I look at him and lift my arms up to see if they will pick me up.
They will not.
Oh.
They don't
I'll
show
pick them up.
affection in this city.
Damn Paler. You cleanse them with affection.
Yeah, the most affectionate person has been the Lord Priest Commander.
So that's where all the affections is. Oh, we're doomed.
Yeah, who's going to correct him? Anyways,
Who's bothered?
you all march on over to the judge's chamber. Once you have reached this incredible and beautiful area, you see Justicars turn to each of you, raise your arms and stick them out to the side. Spread your legs. We are going to pat you down.
Okay.
Okay.
And they will conduct their searches over each of you. Do any of you have any hidden weapons, hidden blades, hidden bottles of any kind? Baubles, jewelry, anything?
I got nothing hidden. No.
I don't have
My
anything hidden.
weapons are in view.
They will take the weapons from you.
Okay. When they take it, it just appears back by my side. I was like, sorry. They pat their fur to make it just disappear. Is that better?
They turn and say something in Baklunish. Ada, you're in earsight. If this one summons the blade, make sure we have 3 ballistas trained on them immediately.
And I think that's enough.
I mean, it's what they're going to prepare with. Held action ballista fire. It's not going to be fun for Sylph. All right. Mr. Amazing, how about for you? Any baubles, jewelry, anything?
Let me check. I don't think I have anything. I would have given him my weapons. No, I would have given him my weapons and everything. Although,
Or jewelry. Take baubles and jewelries off your persons as well.
I do have something invisible.
Then I will roll for them. The people they have investigating have a +6.
All right.
They will find whatever's invisible on you. That's a 25.
Yeah.
So they take off something invisible from one of your fingers?
Yep.
What is this?
It's a special. It means a lot to me.
He will take out a cloth, place it into the cloth, fold the cloth many times to make sure it can't fall out of it, and place it down on top of your equipment.
Okay.
Yeah. They are treating all of your stuff with respect. They're just taking it to make sure that after what you displayed yesterday, everyone here is safe.
Yep.
And once that is complete, you are all left standing in the center court.
I would have a hidden dagger inside my skirt.
Sure, they will search. +6. That does not beat your passive sleight of hand, so yeah. And rogues get to have passive skills, everybody, for every skill they're proficient in. It's just 10. But yeah, you still have that, and they took everything else. After all of you are standing in the center, you see the Lord Priest begins walking down towards the central area, and he stops and extends his arms out to the side, where the other Justicars begin searching over him. They take off his breastplate, they take away his long sword, they take away his 2 short swords that he has strapped to his back, they remove his cloak, they remove his necklace, they remove his ring. Not his wedding band, though. You see one of them begins reaching, and the other one just glares at that guy and just shakes their head. A bad career choice for him. After all of those things are taken off, they do take off his boots as well. So he is standing in his very nice shirt, pants, and that's it. Thank you all for meeting me down.
I would really like to know what it is about, as it is quite sudden.
We will find out. Everyone, please, if you wish for me to believe your words, allow the magic of this chamber to flood through you. I will do the same. Judges, I exact law zakon speech. Ada, that refers to the law that the judges have supreme authority over him, all of his dealings, and the city. It is a temporary law invoked until they judge him. So he is not Lord Priest Commander currently. He is man being judged.
New name. Man being judge.
And of course, Mr. Amazing, you know this as well. 2 of you speak the language. The 2 judges nod their heads and evoke the magic that floods through here. Is anybody trying to succeed on the saving throw? Zone of Truth.
Nope.
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 No.
All right, Damson, I didn't hear you.
Oh, I said no.
Okay. The magic floods through this entire chamber. The two judges look across at one another and look down at you, Mr. Amazing. This is the second time you've been in our chamber. And the second time that we have not been able to hear or tell any truths.
Surely I've been blessed by Palo. The gods themselves are mysterious. I don't always have answers.
Need you to roll me a deception check on that one.
Can I help him with my ears? Seeing I stand next to him.
What? Give him bunny ears? Or what do you mean? Help him with your ears?
Well, seeing that he's saying that mystical creatures beyond their understanding, and there's a human-sized rabbit just there.
Oh, so you just being like, yeah, we don't gonna get him. Okay, sure, you're helping. You
Okay,
are
cool.
an otherworldly creature still, so if you say yeah, we don't fucking know. Just
Yeah.
I'd have to wash
And
this. Getting sweaty.
I am perception. You got this. Hey.
17. Wait. Because I can. How does that work? My hue. I'm afraid to reroll it though.
No, I think you're fine.
I'll deal with this. I'll deal with the 17. That's fine. 17's fine.
the two of them continue glaring down at you. We will require your testimonies, but your words will carry minimal weight in this. It is in the nature of what you are to protect your nature. But we are not at liberty to trust you.
I understand.
The Lord Priest will look over at you. Look at everyone else. I suppose we need to have our conversation. Yesterday, I was pulled away from your ceremony because I heard that there was a riot at one of the other streets. Individuals who were trying to spread distrust amongst my community in Yern. I went there to try to quell the flames of passion that was spiraling out of control. I was not capable of easily doing this, and as such, I had to take physical authority over many of the individuals there. During that time, you all were attacked. Upon investigating the bodies of the fallen, we believe they are associated with the cultist gathering that you all helped quell at one of our ancient temples just a few days ago. We found a defiled symbol of Pelor in one of their pockets.
Okay.
That's not good.
Data. It is not. After that, I sought to return each of you back to my estate, where I hope I have done exactly what I can to make all of you feel comfortable, accepted, and like a deserving guest.
Your
Would any of you-
hospitality.
Would any of you object to this claim?
No, your hospitality has been magnificent. The rooms are beautiful. The food amazing, and I much appreciate being here.
I would.
You have me feel like family. Thank you.
It is my first time within such a large castle that I can remember. It is very. It is a wonderful experience, and I thank you ever so much for your hospitality.
And I too have been feeling very much accepted as family.
Good. That was my hope. But later in the evening, I was alerted that there was more uproar taking place further away, the opposite side of the city. And as this is my responsibility to handle, I went to go handle it. During that time, you all were attacked in my home. And for that, he bows down towards all of you, crossing his hand over his stomach. You have my deepest regrets and apology.
It is
Yeah.
not necessary, because it is not you who should apologize. Rather, it is the people who attacked us.
We
Yes,
do
But
not
this is...
blame you. Go ahead, Dempson.
No. Please go ahead, Sylph.
No, you.
We do not blame you for what has occurred. It is, well, what do we think is maybe that whatever caused the uproar in the other part of the city was the attacker's plan to get you away from us. That's our at least assumption at the moment. So it is not your fault.
I appreciate your words and your apology as such, but I do not think it was your. Was I too low on that? Do I have to raise my voice?
No, you're good.
Okay.
I appreciate your understanding. It is my city, it is my responsibility. However, after that had taken place, Adeline came to me and she revealed what had occurred. And she revealed to me that this may have been associated with one of you snooping through my castle. He turns
My
and looks
eyes
at you,
dart
Damson.
towards Damson.
And you see he almost wants to step forward, but he's composing himself to not be threatening. He's going out of his way to not give a show of any force.
And Damson will look at like, my intention was not that of snooping. It was simply exploring a castle for the first time in my memories, as I hear fantastical stories of castles and the magnificence inside of them. I deeply apologize if what I did crossed the bounds. It is not my intention to bring you harm or your city harm. I was simply exploring the home that you welcomed us in fully.
May I say, I also did not say that she was snooping. I said it was part of an honest curiosity, which is what I would also have in this occasion. It is, you have a magnificent castle and home, and I know that it can be overwhelming for a lot of people who have not lived in such places before. And I will admit that freely that I have been curious myself to see what more there is to it.
Intention matters. Actions also matter. It's good to know that you do not seek any harm towards my city. And he looks over at the judges who nod. However, you discovered something that now needs to come to light. What you saw down there, the judges, the just cause, every general in Yern, every exalted marshal, luminary commander, none of them know self, some part all of you, and my trusted protector, my butler. And I do not foresee a way for me to maintain such a secret from the city and still be able to call myself the commander.
Put their paws up.
What?
Wouldn't Palor know as well?
Pelor sees all that the sun touches. That chamber does not get touched by the sun.
Oh, I understand. But you are a fantastical person, a great and grand soul. The past, you should not worry. What you did, you had to do. Because you have to understand, it had to be done for protection.
And that is the part of this story that I wish to bring to light. He stands still for a long moment. His eyes fixed on you, Damson, somewhere far into memory. Then his breath shakes as he begins. Music. She was my light. Yasmin. The kind of soul Pelor himself would have wept to see born. Graceful, gentle, stronger than any steel I've ever held. When the sickness came, none of our healers could name it. Not divine, not arcane. It was just there. Crawling through her veins like a shadow made flesh. Every miracle I called upon failed her. Every prayer was met with silence. I brought in every apothecary from the lowlands, every cleric from every province of any god. Even the Blue Tower sent their own out of pity. But it did nothing. And all the while she grew thinner, paler. Until I barely recognized the woman. I would sit by her bedside and pretend to believe that tomorrow might be kinder. It never was. And then he came. Archmage Sered Verken. Cloaked in ash and oil, speaking with the tone of false mercy. He said he would halt the disease, reverse it. Not through healing, he admitted, but through transmutation. A replacement, he called it. A weaving of body and soul into something better. He said, but the price. You all feel this fury. He demanded influence over Yearn, a permanent place of power within the theocracy, autonomy, authority. He offered me my wife's breath. In exchange for my people's soul. And for a moment, I considered it. For a single moment, I thought, what is one law compared to her laughter? But then I saw his eyes. There was no compassion there. Only hunger. I struck him. He retaliated with a spell that split the sky in two. What followed was devastation. The fields beyond the north wall burned with white fire. Lightning shattered boulders into powder. It was just him and I. One pallet, one archman. But we left a crater nearly 300 feet wide. These thorns, earth, all torn apart like parchment. He deserved it. I could have killed him. I should have. But killing him would have ended his suffering. That felt unjust. I dragged his broken body back, shackled him in an old vault beneath my castle's chapel. One not marked on any city maps. One that was not blessed by Paylor, so it could be utilized in the old days, during the Crusades. And for months I returned to him. Not as a commander, not as a priest, but as a man robbed of light. I asked him the same question every day. Why? And he never answered me. Not once. He just stared and smiled like he'd won. At one point, I couldn't take it anymore. I left him there to rot in his own arrogance, starved of attention that he craved, magic, air, food, water. I did not tell a soul, not my consul, not the high priest, not my family. If it was not for Buttles being the man who got me out of bed every day, he would not have even have known. I buried the truth with his body. I thought I did. What you found down there was not just the remains of an archmage. It was the proof of my sin.
It is not, as you would put it, a sin to protect those that you love, nor is it a sin for you to protect the interest of your city. From the way you've told the story, one would say you gave by far the ultimate sacrifice. your love for your duty to the city, a burden that you alone bore until now. Then a city of light? Well, some might say the only place where darkness can hide is within oneself. Then you've been holding on to that for a long time, punishing yourself for the actions that you did in the interest of your duty.
What I did was not in the interest of my duty. It was selfish. It was for me. I was mourning her. I would wake up to an empty bed every day, and that pain would fill me. And I would sit in front of her, smiling, telling her stories. Not believing a single one of them myself. What I did was grief. But the act I took against, for lack of any other title given to an individual, another person, that is a crime. Intent matters far too greatly. And my intention was not to save my people, but to torture him.
I do see a problem with that understanding. He was a man of action and power, and he attempted to persuade you into handing over power for something you would never know to be truly your wife. He was trying to get to you as weakness to get power here. For what reason? Only malicious. Only malicious.
Person deserves that fate. No one. No matter the crime they try to commit. It is a God's responsibility to sort out, not ours. A paladin's job is to send the sinner to their God, not to punish.
Lord Priest Commander, I completely agree with your words, and I thank you for sharing your burden with us. I know it's painful, but thank you.
I believe the saying is heavy is the head that wears the crown. But in your case, heavy is the burden of the weight of your God. Knowing that, well, anyone, everyone, no matter how brightly they shine, there is always some part that has those thoughts of you could easily turn it all around. Someone with a benevolent nature who has the best heart always hears that call of, what if I took matters into my own hand? What if I became the force that, instead of loved, was feared? Your test was that moment that you had of thinking of taking up his offer. But you let the light of your God shine and lead you to the path that, while many, and yourself included, would say is not the right one, it was still a test of your faith and to your people. Is that not what Palor is about? Community, the people that are underneath his sun. You chose them over the one thing that would test anyone, myself included. the person you love the most. I do not think anyone here who is married to anyone or fancies another could say that they would not have the same thoughts that you did. And to anyone that would, well, then that's a matter for another time. And aside from faith, love is the most powerful thing. It drives everyone and everything. Different forms, different shapes. And you were able to put duty before that not many would be able to do so, making you by far stronger than most.
I don't
And
agree.
That moment was my greatest weakness. I did not do it for my people. In that moment, I did not care about Yearn. I cared about the disrespect to my wife. That was all that fueled my anger, caused me to act in that manner. And as such, as of now, I am stepping down.
Can I ask something in return? As you weren't there to defend us, I would rather you to remain in your position, as you are great in that position. The people love you. You care. You have compassion, and you understand the humanity of every other person, civilians within your city. If you step down, another will have not the training or understanding to be with the people.
He takes one step closer to you, Sylph, and you see 5 Justicars immediately reach for their weapons. He squats down to place a hand on your shoulder and looks you dead in the eyes. Last night I was going to kill Damson. I was stopped because of the people. I was going to march into my home, break down the door, and murder them. Because I was afraid this coming to light. I need to go and scourge myself of this disease in me. I need to rid myself of this anger. I need to go on a pilgrimage to re-find Paylor. Wish there was another way for me to make amends. And there's someone who is as in love as I clearly am. I'm sure you understand.
They nod towards you, their eyes just looking back, one to one, connecting.
Hang on a moment, Father. I know you said to me that intention matters, but you also said that actions matter. That would also mean the unforeseen consequences of actions done, whether unknowing or not. It's by doing what you did, it may very well have been that you, even though you did not in the moment consider the people of Yurn, you were in a state of righteous anger. It may very well be that it still prevented the wizards of Polvar, or at least this Valkan, was it? From
Do not
seeking...
speak his name.
I will not, but it may have prevented him from attempting further incursions or undermining your and the church's authority here in town by doing it. And Palor would probably not place him in your path unless it was for some reason, right?
No man has the right to do that to another person. No one. No one deserves to be kept in a cage without light and with nothing to slowly die. To not know what time or day or how long it has been, how long that remains. Do not worry, daughter. I will go to the tower. I will speak to them on your behalf. And I will see if I can't find forgiveness.
Forgiveness for whom?
He walks up to you, gives you a hug, turns, takes his breastplate and his long sword, and just walks away. And I think that's a good stopping point for the session, everybody. Players, thank you all very much for playing. Viewers, thank you for watching. I hope you all had a fantastic time. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.